This is an evening for achievers. Our chief guest today is an exceptional achiever himself. He's an inspiration in sports. He now carries that onto his current assignment and inspires all of us by his performance in the ministry. A leader, an achiever, a thinker, a doer. Ladies and gentlemen, Colonel Rajyavardhan Rathore.
Namaskar, very good evening to everyone here. You know that IMA is best in management when they have a standby chief guest. You have to give it to them, right? So, of course, I'm filling in, I'm here because Gadkariji was supposed to be here. I can't fill his shoes, of course, but I could never say no to an opportunity where I would be in the same frame as these fantastic people who brought glory not only to themselves, but to the entire nation. And whenever you see this picture, remember to support Indian sports. That was my pitch. That's over. So thank you so much. Of course, the lovely people here from the financial services, Mr. Oswal, Mr. Shekhar, bringing technology and the financial technology to the villages, Mr. Abbas, lovely pictures, entertaining, allowing us to dream. Balkrishna ji, disrupting the whole environment in terms of the retails. All of you have been chosen by a jury that is a very capable person, Mr. Sanjeev Goenka, who has not only created wealth but also is building the nation. Of course, Mr. Mohandas Pai, who is the president, who is the chairman of Manipal Global Education Institutions and president of IMA. I've known him for a long time. He's a wonderful personality. Mr. Harshvardhan, Rajyavardhan and Harshvardhan were two brothers, and after many centuries, we are together again. So, of course, it's great. Sanjay Kirloskar ji, Rekha Sethi ji, you brought together this evening, made it alive. So thank you so much, and also my gratitude for allowing me to be here and speaking to everyone. Many years ago, when I'd just gone beyond my class 11th and I got into the National Defense Academy, they used to make us run marathons there. It used to be there on every Sunday, so the Sunday used to get spoiled by running marathons. And I realized in running marathons that just running the marathon itself was painful. So once you had to go through the pain, you might as well come first. And that was a lesson I learned, that life has its own challenges, it has its own pains. Even if you do nothing, it's going to be painful. So you might as well do something good for yourself and do something great for the society. So all of these people who are great in management, I see you as achievers. I see you as dreamers. I see you as visionaries. And I also see that you are a little kinky guys who just won't accept normal life. So many years ago, my wife said that, there seems to be something wrong with you. So I said, obviously, what did you expect? Olympic medalist can't be normal. There has to be a kink to your thinking, to your mind. You just won't sit easy. You choose the difficult path, you walk on it, and when you have greater difficulty, you start running and striving even faster. You never give up. And when you reach your destination, you start for the next one. So obviously, these are qualities which make you special and which is not normal. But by doing this, what you're doing is you're building a society, you're building a character for the entire generation and entire country. And I think that is why we are very proud of each one of you who's in this room, because each one of you is putting their effort into creating a team which is strong. You have a sense of ownership towards your company and towards your team. You have a sense of bringing up the weakest person in your team, and that is what makes you strong in your whole company. We have a person like that as well in our team. That person works harder than all of us. That person always has an idea out of the box. And when you see that person, you feel like working even harder, just like him. I'm not saying he's the person that I'm saying is our Prime Minister, because then you would think I'm saying because I'm his team member. But you know that the Prime Minister works very, very hard. And when you have a person like this in the team, you just cannot sit easy. You have to work hard as well. Take, for example, sports. When in sports, everything had been going the same way for years and years. But yet, we thought out of the box, and we started the school games. Now, the national championship for schools was happening every year. There was nothing new about it. To conduct another national championship would have been just ordinary. But we said, let's create a national championship for schools which is so aspirational that our school children start aspiring to be in the Olympics when they taste blood, and they taste blood in the sense that they play at a level which is similar to the Commonwealth Games or similar to the Asian Games. They will then start believing that they can be there at the levels even higher than that. So they will then strive to be at the Commonwealth, Asians, at the Olympics. And we created that. I remember when we used to go for national championships at the school level, we used to go and sleep in school rooms. We used to put the benches together, and we used to sleep on the benches. We used to travel in railway compartments, sleeping right next to the toilets. This was the first time that we had them traveling in two-tier AC class. We had them staying in four-star hotels, and we had 100 hours of live television broadcast to create an aspirational platform for them. So sometimes you have to think out of the box. You know, we used to have a saying in the army that you can't fight the pinks. Now, the pinks was the problem that was given to you. It used to be on a pink paper. And the problem was that you have a river here, you have the enemy here, you have these limitations, you have to achieve your objective. Now, you couldn't say, oh, no, why don't we shift the river here because it's a little difficult. Why don't you shift the enemy there because then it'll become easy for me to achieve my objective. So you could not fight the pinks. The pinks in our case are the various troubles and the limitations that we have in life. And those will remain. Now you have to find a solution. You have to find a solution beyond it. So I'm glad that I'm in the company of people today who have never fought the pinks and who have been finding solutions and making yourself and this nation great. We are trying to do the same in this government. There is no place for rest. There's always, you try and achieve more and more. And I think, as was brought out by one of the awardees, Shekhar, that this is undoubtedly the best time in our lives for our country that we are here. You know, we walk this planet together. The fact that we are walking it together at a time when it's the best time for us is something to be proud of. And let's leave behind a legacy that the coming generations will say that, well, the generation before us did do some bit of work for all of us. So thank you so much and wish you all the best.